continues every Thursday night following JCW Lunacy. Join your host, Mac Davis, Noel Harlow, and Jeff live for the JCW Lunacy Post Show. Special surprises, exclusive news, killer interviews, and footage. So when the final bell rings and you still want more, Mac and Paige have the score. Blood on the canvas, jokes in the chat. We laugh, we gasp, we run it right back. Face paint dripping, crowd still chanting. We go live while your heart's still panting. Lunacy Wrestling Post Show with Mac Davis, Noel Harlow, and Jeff Lay. Live Thursday nights following JCW Lunacy. Exclusively on Vince Russo's The Brand on YouTube.
What the fuck what? Last week, Vito, he exposed our secret.
The Brothers of Podstruction.
Oh.
The Brothers of Podstruction are finished. I don't care what you did in the past. Right now is what matters. You are the Brothers of Podstruction! You fucking pieces of shit! There's only one family you are loyal to. I want to tell you something, Vito. I'm fucking listening. It goes like this. Ball! Oh, shit! Oh, my fucking balls! Oh, my balls! Brothers of Podstruction! Oh, my God! Take care of this piece of shit!
Mickie Knuckles, there's PCO! Luciano Enterprises! And the definition of family goes far beyond just Violent J and these fans! Almost a miscue. Oh no! Steven Flo gets a miss right in the eye!
Oh, wait! Coke Slam! One outbreak! Member onto another!
And Flo Davis better!
You want to do something for me? Just take care of those assholes, all right?
And J-Rod gets nailed by Danny Moe. These two have had their battles in the past, but right now they're united. Oh, and wait a second. J-Rod, she was saying she was hurt. She just passed Sophia. The breast knocks at Danny Moe. Oh, no.
We saw those knucks 2 weeks ago. We see them again.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
I want a match with Caleb Conley. You think he's the guy? I'm the guy. I'll give you the match with Caleb. You beat Caleb. You take Caleb's place as the chosen one.
But hold on.
Check out the adjustment back cross tope suicida.
If Caleb beats you,
to neutralize the more aerially inclined cross,
you leave JCW for good.
cross cutter.
Say we got a deal. We got a deal.
Oh, Caleb has
Yes, that's it. He ain't kicking out of that. No man is kicking out of that. Yes!
Wow.
Yes!
Stop it!
What up, though, Mac? Why don't you admit that it was you that fucked me over? It wasn't Vince. It was you.
Let me come clean. Yeah, it was me. I fucked you. You deserved it after everything you did.
Not a good did you? See you. Wouldn't want to be you.
that he was finally able to rip away those tag team titles. It feels like a simulation.
Now Willie Mack trying to get back in control. Oh, and DDT!
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
No! Sends Mickie Knuckles through the door in the corner. That could be enough. New champion.
Wow! Match is over.
They're back.
Oh!
Willie Mack, our champions, Yabo and Ruffo, the secret's revealed, but they still have every single person in this building to love and
Who loans your money, homie? Who owes your cash? Who taught you how to use the barn for the grass? I don't know much, but I gotta assume that when you hit your first net, your homies was in. When you talk about homies, homies, talk about Brothers of motherfucking homies, homies, like dog, plural, talk about homies, homies, talk about Brothers of homies, homies.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your JCW Lunacy review show. It is called Insanity. I am your host, Jimmy T. He is my co-host, Whooper Brandon, and we are live on Hummy Media Group's YouTube channel, on the Twitch, and on the Patreon.com/Hummy Media Group after the fact. Brando, welcome back to your show. And what's the haps, man?
Not much, man. Great episode of Lunacy this week. Hot ending. We had some new stuff start up this week, so let's get to it, pal. Whoop.
Yeah, before we do get into it, has there been any news that we need to talk of that you know of?
Dennis Condrey passed away today.
Oh, well, yes, of course. Right. RIP to him. That is true. He did pass away today. I've seen a lot of people post all sorts of stuff, obviously, about him. Anything to say about him?
Man, he was a huge part of like the wrestling tag team boom of the '80s. He was he was the core of the Midnight Express.
Yeah, I mean, people, can easily forget about that, but you're right, it's true. And I think in recent times, wasn't he doing some sort of promoting, like signings and stuff like that, setting up all sorts of stuff like that? Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
That's a good question. I don't know. That I don't really have an answer for. But, you know.
I thought he was doing something like that in recent times, but I'm not 100% sure. But, and yeah, nevertheless, from everybody here at HMG, our condolences do go out to him and his family, of course. And, yeah, but I mean, look, he lived a long life, man. But do you know how he passed away?
That has not been disclosed yet, as far as I know.
I'm just assuming it's obviously natural causes. But yeah, man, it's a sad way. I mean, look, Chuck Norris passed away. They said it comes in threes, right?
Yep, so it was number 3.
I don't know, man. Let's not even think about that. But any Chuck Norris story? You're a fan of Chuck Norris, man?
Man, I didn't really see much of his stuff, but just the fact that his legend spoke for itself.
I mean, him in Way of the Dragon with Bruce Lee is a classic. I don't know if you ever watched the Bruce Lee movies back in the day, Brandon, but all those movies are classics, man. Maybe one day you'll do a watch along with that because they're great movies. But he also done, Ranger, Texas Walker Ranger, whatever it was called. I can't even remember how it was put. But anyway, I used to watch that here and there back in the day. I wasn't the biggest fan of the show, but still, he's known for that already. Just alone, he's a legend just for that alone. And of course, man, just him. He's a meme, dude.
I mean, there's a category of jokes called Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah, that's what exactly. Labrat says an actor from Buffy died, Nicholas Brandon. Oh, I actually have no idea who Nicholas Brandon is, so it did come in threes, which is weird, Brandon. Why does it always come in threes, dude?
It's a weird way the rhythm of the world. It is.
It's weird, man. Not a cool start. But Dan Heffron says the one time I got to see World Class live, the best match on the show was Condry and Eden Midnight Express versus the Fantastics. R.I.P. Yeah, man. R.I.P. indeed. And let's introduce the chat, shall we? Of course, we've got Labrat in the house. We've got the final boss engaged. Can be zombies on Coke, pal. We'll talk about that when we do. Actually, we might even show it. Like I said, Dan Headphones in the house. And who else we got? Is anyone else that I'm missing? Oh, we got Nelson Kelso also in the house saying, hey, yo, how we going? Whoop, whoop. And we got Chris in the house once again saying, if one of you can croak at the end of the stream, you can save a life. Yeah, it's true, man. I mean, shit. It can happen anyway, right? I mean, you never know. But thank you for everybody that has joined us, man. It is a bit of a somber sort of night, shall we say, Brando. But let's get into some lunacy. I'm sure that'll cheer us up, right? It'll cheer everyone up. But we start off pretty hot after a hot week last week, which we both agreed on that it was probably the best show so far in JCW Lunacy ever. Like, I mean, do we still both agree to that? I do. I mean, do you?
It was definitely up there. Like things that they were building towards, they're reaching their peak and their climax.
For sure, man. Definitely 100%. But the ring announcer, Mark Roberts, welcomed the crowd to Lunacy and introduced Luciano Enterprises in Mickie Knuckles, PCO, and Big Vito. Vito ripped some fan signs on his way to the ring as Vito was given the mic, and he pointed out a kid who had a sign that said, fuck you, Vito, which is kind of funny. Vito responded by saying, I won't say this to a kid, but fuck your father. Now stand in your corner, or stand in the corner. Funny, Vito claimed he was the reason JCW was sold out and selling out crowds and everyone came to see him. Vito claimed that he is the biggest draw and star in JCW. He name dropped Matt Cardona and said Vince Russo was a jerk off now, as Vito complained that Russo brought in a special guest whom Vito apparently knows. And I guess we find out because apparently it is, well, not apparently, it is Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. And he made his entrance after being introduced by Vito. Nemeth had a damn record skip before his actual entrance on his way to the ring. I don't know if you noticed that, Brandon, but that was kind of a sort of moment.
Yeah, it's one of those things that got to tighten up.
Who's the DJ, goddammit?
Yeah, definitely not DJ. Definitely not DJ Jazzy Def. Oh, wait, I think the dude had a name. I forgot what it was. They actually brought him. Yeah, they actually had him on because Vito went after him because he thought he was one playing the music.
Well, is he the guy? I mean, it looks like he's the dude that plays the music, right? I mean, I'm assuming he is.
I think so.
In other words, what's the point of a DJ right there, like during the show?
Oh, it's unless he's like the real DJ. I don't think it's aesthetics. Like, because wouldn't ICP have a DJ off to the stage on the show?
Yeah, but not during a wrestling show, unless he's the guy that's actually playing the intro songs and shit. I mean,
that makes most of my sense. Why would you set it up if you're not going to do it?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I'm assuming he is. If anyone in the chat knows, let us know. Anyway, Nemeth stood in the ring wearing a Troma Entertainment I Heart the Monster Hero shirt, which is I don't know if you're a fan of that, but I guess it's pretty neat.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, well, now you have. Vito said Nick used to be Dolph Ziggler, of course, as I just alluded to. Vito made a special match for Nemeth against Mickie Knuckles, though. As Vito said, he is the main event, not Nemeth. Nick said he would wrestle Mickie Knuckles anytime, but wondered how, as she would be arrested due to Vito saying he was violated and calling the cops. Mickie said Vito needed Viagra, and then a Blue Chew chant started. Also, funny enough, Nemeth also took part in that chant. Then we see PCO, Vito, and Knuckles blindside Nemeth, and then we see Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony making the save. What do you think of the opening segment? Kind of funny. I was kind of happy to see Ziggler, to be honest.
Yeah, I liked that it set up the matches for later, 2 matches for later on. Plus, we got that, great comedy between Vito Mickie Knuckles and Dolph and Nick Nemeth, and he fit into it really well. He just picked right up.
Yeah, it's kind of funny seeing him actually in JCWs. I mean, I know it's not his first time. I mean, he's been, around quite frequently in the past, but still, this is my first time seeing Nemeth in JCW, and it's kind of just, I don't know, it blows my mind seeing someone like him there, which is cool and cool for everybody else, I guess. But yeah, I found the start pretty cool. Vito's about to lose the plot though these days. I think Brando, he can't keep Mickie Knuckles sort of away. She's anyway. We'll get to that because she's still trying to touch him all over the place, regardless if he can get it up or not. But still, I kind of find that kind of funny. But then we see a vignette though after that sort of the first promo, Ed, for Father Bronson and his red love, which kind of gives me does it give you Bray Wyatt kind of vibes?
Yeah, like remember like those very first Firefly Funhouse vignettes.
Right. He just, I don't know, man. And then he turns he goes talking normal to
like this. He starts talking.
Then I went back to normal suddenly like that. So I don't know what to think. I've never really seen this dude before. Have you seen him previously elsewhere other than JCW?
No, this is the first I've seen. Yes, the first I've seen is these vignettes.
I think there was another vignette with him not too long ago on this very show, but I've never heard, I've never seen him wrestle previously or anything like that. So I wonder what he's going to bring. Like I was saying, man, he gives Bray Wyatt vibes kind of thing. So we'll see where that goes. I mean, Final Boss Engage says Red Love promos are awesome. Hey, so far so good, Final Boss. I'm not going to lie, but I just want to see what they can do with him and where they go with him. But till then, we'll find out. But we go to the first match of the evening, Brando. It is for the JCW American Champion. Oh, no, it's not, actually. It's a non-title match. But it is your JCW American Champion, Facade, versus Suicide. And now I know why they spell it like Suicide, if you know what I mean, like SEWACIDE. But he comes out with the actual spelling anyway. So I don't know what the problem is. I mean, he wrestles everywhere.
Yeah, that I don't know. That's another weird one.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
In fact, plus also Caleb Conley underneath it.
Yeah, it actually is. Is that who it is? Like in this version?
Yeah, that's Caleb. I think he actually owns the gimmick.
How the fuck did he end up owning the gimmick from TNA? Like he bought it out?
I think it relapsed and he got it.
But then if he owns the gimmick, then why is it spelled the way it's spelled?
Oh, Final Boss just laid it out right there in chat.
What Jeff explained it on after the show?
Yeah, it'll get flagged by YouTube.
What? Wow.
Yeah, because
no way, no shit. That is ridiculous, straight up, man. That is straight up ridiculous. If that gets flagged by, wow, all because of the name. Holy
yeah, basically,
shit.
they would take it as like I think it's like a promotion of that.
Well, Chris, I'll tell you why Suicide Boys is fine for YouTube, but you're right, it sucks. It's because they got the dollar sign, probably. That's why, and I bet you that's how they get around it, man. Like, I mean, that's the only way. I mean, that's the only way you can think of, right? I mean, that's the only way I can think of. So Cocaine and Suicide gets flagged, apparently. Oh, God. Labrat says spelling count on YouTube can't spell cocaine. Anyway, that just blew my mind straight up. Thanks for the info, boys. I mean, that is just ridiculous. And that just now makes me think, like, really? Like, come on, YouTube, for fuck's sake, or should I say Google? But anyway, this match was all right. I mean, it could have been better, but can Facade stop cheating anytime soon?
They actually addressed that in a promo backstage where he talked about how he's going to keep doing what he has to do to get ahead.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. True, you're right. Where he said, come on, everyone cheated before. At school, for example, everyone cheats at school and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. But that's not a good enough reason. Come on.
I mean, yeah, it is. I think it's gonna be a little bit more nuanced. I mean, again, I'm sure this will end up going somewhere. This is just part 1 or part 2.
Like he's supposed to be a heel, right? But he doesn't give me full blown heelish vibes just yet. If that makes any sense. Other than him cheating.
Well, he did address it during the promo. He said, like, the crowds are still cheering me, so I don't care. I'm good.
Yeah. So what is he, a tweener or just or is he kind of like an Eddie Guerrero, cheats to win, but he's a babyface type of deal?
He's facade, I guess.
He's facade. Well, the facade does beat Suicide in a non-title match via him, twisting his mask around so he can't see, and then he hit a Ninja Destroyer for the 1, 2, 3, and that was that. But like, it does. Then I think about it, it kind of does give me Caleb Conley body vibes under the mask, if you know what I mean. But still, it's interesting that it would be him because Suicide was much more of a high flyer, like legit. Like, and I know Suicide has been. Should I even be saying that? I'm not even sure if we're going to get barred for saying that. But when I say the guy's name, you can think of how many different versions of him has there been. There's Christopher Daniels, I think, has been him. Kazarian was also him for a long time. I'm sure there's a few others that I can't think of at the top of my head. But now we've got Caleb Conley. And like you said, he actually bought the gimmick, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, I think what happened was like TNA let it lapse, then he picked it up.
They must be burning. Or they don't give a shit. Who knows? But anyway. The final boss says the Ninja Cody is the storyline for Facade. And also did the belt and being over-influenced is cheating. That's a good question. Maybe. That could be the reason, right? He's too good. Did the belt possibly influence him to cheat? And him being over, obviously, I don't know. Like, would that make you cheat, though?
Depends on the character.
No, I'm saying, but you, in general, like, if you were over and you were champion, say, would that make you want to cheat, though?
I mean, if I had to keep it, yeah, I'd be tempted.
Well, as Final Boss says, Ninja Code says no cheating, damn it. But Facade finds a way. We go to Barnabuster Bazaar, who's with the Outbreak, and I'm talking about Jackson and Abel, and told him to stay away from the devil's dust, as it would break up the family. I wonder what devil's dust he's talking about.
I wonder. We'll find out later.
It's just the thought of it. But anyway, we'll get back to that. Backstage, you see Vito was on the phone and Ken Anderson was mugged for the camera until Vito got off the call and went to nose with Anderson. Excuse me. Excuse me. Jesus. And he said he would light a fire in Anderson's house. Anderson then said Tic Tacs and dropped a hint that I guess his breath stinks. Then we see Mickey showing up and we got Vito going on about how he's hung like a horse and banged chicks like her for years. Like her? Come on.
It's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh, are we role-playing?
Oh. Anyway, she doesn't care about whatever issue he has. They argued about Viagra, sex, and the size of his penis. Cool. I mean, what can you say? I mean, he's going to have a nervous breakdown any day now, Brando.
If he hasn't already, shit.
Well, he's on the verge, that's for sure. He's very close, put it that way. But that leads us to match number 2, which is Big Al and Danny Moe versus J-Rod and Sophia Rose, with a stipulation, though. Whoever actually gets the pin becomes number one contender, right? If I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, TJ Perkins. Thank you, there, Brad. That's true. Also another one. I don't want to even mention the name anymore. I'm too worried if I say it. Who knows what's going to happen? But you're right. I forgot about TJ Perkins. But anyway, now Danny Moe gives me all sorts of vibes, dude. Like, She gives me a sort of Sol Ruka vibes. But then she also, sorry?
You could definitely see some Sol Ruka in her.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe to look, I guess. I don't know. But then she reminded me of, like a few weeks ago, she reminded me of Johnny Mundo's or John Morrison, whatever you want to call him, his wife. Like a cross.
Taya Valkyrie?
Yeah, she's got a cross between her, but not really the size of her, just a look. But then she reminded me of Sol Ruka this time. So I don't know, but I can see a bit of both in her.
Yeah, she got that like blonde bombshell to her. It's just like a different flavor of it.
Like kind of like a Juggalo sort of flavor to her.
A little bit.
Well, she's definitely a Juggalo. Labra said, that's right, Manic. Now, wasn't that what he used in Mexico, by the way?
I think so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what he was called in like AAA or CMLL, one of those promotions, if not both. But I do remember him as Manic. Do you remember the TNA video game, by the way, Brandon? Where
I never played it.
Really?
I never played it, but I do remember how that was like. That's where we came from, because he was like the main character.
The freaking graphics on that game is ahead of its time, bro. I truly
mean
that.
I heard. That was one thing. Yeah, that's something else. Like, yeah, that I heard about was that they just got that part right, and then Midway, of course, ended up getting bought out and closing up shop.
It's a shame, man, because it was actually a decent game. I did own it. Probably still have it somewhere, but I finished it kind of once, and then I sort of stopped playing it. But I will say this: graphically, it was way ahead of its time. It could have even been better than the WWE games, graphic-wise, at that time, which is kind of surprising. But it was a decent game. Not as good, but still decent. But anyway, as far as the match goes, they were brawling all over the ring, of course. I mean, you know, it is a feud per se. I did kind of expect more, but did this match go a little bit long, in your opinion?
Little bit, especially with like the finish they got to. They could have got into it in a bit shorter time, but also at the same time, too, they gotta. The fans aren't really seeing the pre-tape, so they gotta give the fans something.
Well, I guess they do got to give something, but in the end, Big Al does get the pin, and Danny Moe didn't seem upset at all that she got the pin. It's not like she stopped her. I guess she didn't want to become champ. I don't know.
They try to sell it as Danny Moe doing the right thing by like as long as one of them gets it, then.
Do we need the stipulation though, really, for this match?
And I mean, depending on where they're going with this, because they had that one. Remember that one scene where they had with Big Al and Vince, and it looked like she gave that look to the camera like I got him.
Yeah, but then we saw nothing of that really, like this week.
I mean, again, that could be something down the line.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, Final Boss says, I'd say yes because they're protecting. I guess, but we'll see. Anyway, well, yeah, look, not that the match didn't go long. Really, it was kind of in between, but just I don't know. I couldn't really get into this match. It was kind of haywires everywhere, but still, it still keeps going with the storyline. I'm assuming Big Al is going to become champion, and I guess that will be the crescendo of this storyline. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brando, but I guess that'll be the end. When will they wrestle? Probably for Stranglemania?
I would think so.
I'm looking forward to that, by the way. But anyway, next we see Volin Jay entering Vince Russo's office and apologize to Vince Russo for accusing him of screwing him in his match with Matt Cross. Russo and Jay argued about the contract Russo signed. Jay reiterated that his apology and wanted things to go smoothly. Russo said he would lay down a proposition to make things right once he went to the ring. It would affect Volin Jay and the JCW locker room and could change everything. Even though Volin Jay apologized to Russo, Brando, did he really mean the apology? Because he still doesn't totally trust Vince, obviously.
I mean, I thought he came across like at least willing, not so much trusting, but willing to hear him out, at least listen and make up his own mind.
Well, he did apologize, so I mean, it seems like he's being sincere, but
well, yeah, I mean that's because that's the kind of character and person of Violent J is like if he makes a fuck up like that where he wrongly accuses somebody of something, then he'll own up to it and apologize.
do you think there's more to this with Vince? I know we get what Vince says at the end, obviously. But do you totally buy it?
I think he does have an ulterior motive. I think but he's keeping it's a positive babyface one. But he's keeping his cards close to the vest and waiting to play when the time's right.
It's very interesting. And like I said, we'll hear more from Vince pretty much at the end of the show. But Final Boss engages the women's division is very small and anyone could be pulled. Yeah, it is pretty small. That's true. I mean, you got to work with what you've got, right? I mean, shit. The Final Boss also says the main arc is Vince is the investor. And 100% I agree with that about his gaslighting. I agree with that. Sanov, thank you for joining us, by the way. Says, decent show. I think the last two shows were underwhelming, but I'm sure next week will be great. That's surprising you said that. We thought last week's show was one of the best JCW shows that they've done. So I'm surprised you felt that way. And we weren't the only ones. A lot of the chat was agreeing with us.
I mean, everybody's going to have a different opinion. It's all good.
No, of course. Absolutely. But you're right. Exactly, man. No one's wrong, technically. But still, I'm surprised that you thought that way. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? Because we see Big Vito in a comatose state again by PCO, who found him, who woke him up and said they had a match, so hurry up and wake up, basically. Did Mickie Knuckles do the number on him once again, Brando? God damn.
Man, seeing what that implies, especially with that last time we saw them together on camera.
Poor dude gets comatose every time she touches him, man. Damn. Poor Vito. Oh, well, anyway. Next, we go to match number 3. It is Mecha Wolf versus Disco Ray with the ring rat. We see Disco Ray coming out with the tambourines, and I guess he's trying to get Mecha Wolf to like get all disco with him.
He wants me to get jiggy with it, pal.
Get jiggy indeed. You know what I love about his face paint, by the way? Do you notice like that purple, like it looks like ink, man, kind of thing. Like I can't explain it, but it kind of looks like ink all over his face, which kind of makes him look cool. So I actually dig the face paint, even though he could look a little messy. I don't know exactly what he is. I guess he's some sort of wolf, but still, it looks pretty cool. So kudos to that. But this was funny. Like I said, Mecha was playing with the tambourine, but then he got sick of it, hit him from behind, hit Disco Ray from behind, and threw down the tambourine. I know Mecha Wolf is a legend in Lucha Libre and Final Boss. I understand he's from Puerto Rico. I know his history, but this match was kind of it was funny, man. But I don't know. Does Disco Ray's music sound disco to you? It sounds a bit jazzy.
Yeah, it does sound a lot more jazzy, like kind of like 70s jazz.
I mean, shit.
I dig the saxophone beat.
Yeah, I want more disco, man. If you're gonna be called Disco Ray, just have a disco tune. I mean, come on, something like that. Yo, Josh, thank you for joining us, by the way. And Final Boss said the chat was saying the crowd was a metal crowd. Well, okay, interesting. Well, I don't know why it would be, but I guess if it was, it was. But this match, it wasn't long, but you know what? We got an upset. Disco Ray defeats Mecha Wolf. And it was his first win in JCW, I believe, too.
Yep, this time the ring rat interference paid off.
Crazy. Crazy. Thanks to Ring Rat. Where do we go from here now with Disco Ray? Is the future bright for him, do you think?
Good question. I don't know.
Hmm.
I would say have him if you can keep it going, have him do like come up with different ways where Ring Rat fucks up, but her fuck up ends up leading to him going over.
So you think, okay, interesting. Even Ring Rat, like just moving on like that is kind of weird to me after what we saw originally, but I don't know. She's a rat, I guess, so it makes sense. You know what I mean? Final Boss says writing for an indie profession is different than TV, of course, because you got different, aspects. What wrestlers going to be around, what wrestlers aren't going to be around. Sanov says one of my complaints with JCW of late is that Mr. Anderson is hardly defending the belt, but I'm trusting Russo's process. That's probably out of Russo's sort of power, man, because the thing is, I'm sure Anderson's got other bookings to attend to, hence why he's probably not on television for JCW enough. But I understand what you mean. I kind of don't like that either. If he's not going to be on television that much, then why have him as champion, right?
I think though, they'll probably get rectified pretty soon.
I'm a racist, remember? According to you, that Brett, a racist, like a racist. Come on, man. I'm not talking about you though. You're the best rat, but ring rats are a bit dirty, bro. Come on, Labby.
Yeah, they get into your bags. They chew through stuff. They take all your stuff.
They eat a lot of cheese, and I'm not talking about actual cheese. I'm talking about money. Final Boss says, I think we've seen Mr. Anderson skits more to address the schedule.
Yeah, because they could have easily shot those like that during the shows. They had Anderson and then sprinkled him in like weeks later.
Yeah, but like I said, and I get why he's champion, obviously for name recognition and shit like that. I totally get it. But when was the last time we saw him? 4 weeks ago? I mean, I'm not talking about in little backstage segments. I'm talking about in the ring. Wasn't it like 4 weeks ago at this point?
Yeah, I think it was the episode where Russo tried to get him under control and he refused.
Right. And then we haven't seen him really since, except for these little backstage segments, which I don't know, man. But again, I know it's out of Russo's control. So I'm not blaming him. I just don't understand why he should be champion then. But I also understand why he would be champion also. And yes, I know Matt Cardona was the champ, Final Boss. Don't worry, I remember. Absolutely remember. But that has nothing to do with this situation, in my opinion. But anyway, where were we? Let's move on, though, because backstage... Now, I don't know if I should just talk about it or should I just show it, Brando?
Let's show it.
All right, check this out, guys. Where is it? All right, let me just...
Allow me to use the power of the Necron and obey. Allow me to use the power of the Necronomicon. The power of that, and I... Oh, my God. What? No. And obey.
Oh, shit. What are the zombies doing, bro?
They're doing coke, pal.
Hey, cold-blooded, what's up, bro?
It was like remember in Gremlins when they turned into gremlins? Like that.
What has cocaine done to him, dude? It's the devil's dust, as Barnabas said previously. Come on, bros. But I like it. I like zombie addicted coke addicts, bro.
Yep. And there's also something else that was going on in the background too. Was it seemed like Barnabas was trying to get into Cocaine's head and try to get him to come with him.
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen there? I mean, he's going to dump the zombies?
I mean, he specifically told him not to get into the cocaine. They did,
but cocaine is the cocaine, if you know what I'm saying. I'm talking about the wrestler. I mean, he's the plug. You know what I'm saying?
This is something we have to actually, I think we might need to watch and wait develop over a few weeks because it seems like this is a starting point for something that they're building to.
Interesting. Nevertheless, very interesting. Does cocaine need a manager, you think?
I've never heard the dude cut a promo, so I can't say.
Good point. Neither have I. So that's actually a great point. Touche, actually, Brandon. Touche. As I said, the Outbreak beat up Cocaine in the lobby of a theater. As Barnabas said, Cocaine needs to listen to him and he will take him to the JCW title as the Outbreak ate a bag of Cocaine's white powder. Anyway, that leads us to the next match because it's match number 4 between Mickie Knuckles versus Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. I don't even know what to call this. This wasn't even really a match, to be honest. There was a whole lot of like, you know.
But they were clearly having fun. Like you could see Nick trying his best not to pop. Like he was having fun.
When she was bending over in front of him, he's like, not bad. He's like, I'm like, really, bro? Come on, man. But yeah, no, still, it wasn't, like I said, he didn't do shit. Like, really. I mean, not that I was really expecting him to. But post-match, they both hugged, which is also weird. But nevertheless, Nick Nemeth did win the match.
Yep, and did this lead to Vito coming out and doing something, or was that later?
That's a bit later. Well, no, not later. Actually, it happened right after that. Once they hugged and whatnot, then we hear Vito's music getting played, and he walks to the ring. As the kid once again gave Vito the bird, and Vito pushed the kid twice. Vito said Mickey's acting like a hoochie. He called her a skank bitch. It's a bit harsh. And told her to go to Burger King and get a biggie size. I guess you know what he really means by that.
I gotta believe Vito knew exactly what he was saying through that line because Biggie is the Wendy's. That's their big size, is Biggie. That's their thing. So him saying Burger King, get a Biggie, he was clearly like throwing those two together.
Well, let me ask you this. Was this all set up by Vito, do you think, deep down?
I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think what's going on is basically he's Vito is alienating and pissing off everyone around him. So when it's like, so at the end, he gets Caesared. All those knives in his back.
And that's what I mean. That's why I just got a feeling. Remember, I think it was last week when I was saying to you, is Vito here for the long term, really? Because I feel like the way his story arc is, by the end of it, it's like he's done. Like everyone's going to hate his guts and he's going to get, I don't know, arrested or some shit.
Ooh, that would be a way to write him off TV. Yeah, he gets arrested.
You know, by some FBI sting or some shit because of the Luciano family and what are their enterprises.
Oh, the Brothers of Podstruction are wearing wires.
Oh, like real rats, huh? For sure. You know what? If that is not going to there, I'm telling you that's that'll be bad. You know what? I think you're probably right. Sanoff says, yep, it's going to be one episode of all the people he wronged, just beating him up or messing him up the whole night. God damn, I'm going to feel sorry for him. Final Boss says, think of JCW like Seinfeld. Doom, 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 doom. I don't want to think of it as Seinfeld. Come on now. Oh, you know, believe it or not, I don't know about you, Brandon, but I wasn't a big fan of Seinfeld, man.
I never watched it.
Yeah, good. Keep it that way. Other people will tell you otherwise. Believe me, they're going to be like, are you crazy? You should have watched it, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, man. If you're into that sort of comedy, by all means. The characters? That's a tough call, man. That's a real tough call because then so am I supposed to look at this and laugh all the time, Final Boss, if that's the case? You know what I mean? Because Seinfeld was more of a comedy. But anyway, Sanoff says, all I know about Seinfeld is that the ending was weird. I heard all about it. I don't know how old you are, Sanoff. You could be young. But like I said, for me, I just could not get into Seinfeld at all. I don't even find Jerry Seinfeld funny as a comedian, like as a stand-up dude. You know, he came here not too long ago, and people weren't even laughing, and he got upset. Like, maybe, you know, he's past it now, man. His jokes just don't really like go with today's sort of society, in my opinion. But it could be me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bit off.
So I've never really seen any of his work, so I can't really comment.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think knowing you, I don't think you'll get into it. Let's get into the next match, because after all that debacle that we saw, we see the main event in match number 5. It is Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony versus PCO and Big Vito for the JCW tag team titles. And you know, this was kind of, again, it was just a short match, but it was pretty much a brawl because Vito grabbed the ref at the end and was disqualified as Vito hit the ref, and Willie Mack and Too Tough Tony, I guess, retained the JCW tag team titles because of all that. But at the end, the blast from the past was ICP and Sabu, which was pretty cool. And then we see a match between Unholy Sonny versus Disco Inferno, Lenny and Lodi. That was a pretty funny blast from the past, in my opinion, which was pretty cool, because back in the day, man, they had a lot of like big names, dude, and they still get the big names now, but back then they were really getting a lot of big names.
Well, I think a lot of the guys they're people they met in the locker room too.
Really?
Well, yeah, like Disco talked about how he's always been cool with them.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, in fact,
yeah, go continue on.
There was one time when Disco talked about how, I forgot who they were wrestling. It was in WCW. There was basically, it was a sellout at the monitor, and then once they did I forgot who it was. One of them hit a leg drop off the top. Eddie turns around, looks at everybody, and says, "All right, they're cool."
That's cool. That's actually a pretty cool story. That's interesting, man. Actually, speaking of Disco, any news on Conan at all?
I have not heard anything. Or actually, on the latest Keeping 100 that I heard, Conan says something to the effect of, when the procedures actually happen, I'll let you guys know. Or something to that effect.
So you're saying that, wait, did he get his leg amputated though?
That is rumor, but what he said was he didn't comment specifically on anything. All he said was, when something happens, I will let you know.
Interesting. Well, Cold Blooded says, what's the deal with all of these clowns? Wait, tell me this is not the first time you've watched the show, actually, Cold Blooded. Because it'd be funny if it was, and then you see it. No, seriously, was this the first time you watched JCW, Cold Blooded? Please tell us, man, in the chat, because I really want to know. Final Boss also says Christopher Guest movies offers similar shows. Everyone is a character. Is everyone truly a character though? When you say that, there are a few that you could say, you know, I'm talking about, like, not everyone's like a total out there character. Like, if you know what I'm saying.
They're not out there like the main, like in The Office. They're not like they're not like out there, but even the one-offs are still distinct characters. Like, you remember them, just like the insurance dude that Michael Scott thought was a mobster, or the guy that Tim Meadows played they're trying to sell to that worked for the city.
It's interesting that they, you know, Final Boss, you put it that way, but man, I mean, anyway, look, I don't know. I won't say. I think it's a typical wrestling show, though. In saying that, like, not everyone is like total character, but most are, I guess. Like, you got Cocaine, you got the clowns. I mean, yeah, most of them are more character driven for sure, though. But that leaves us to Vince Russo's main event sort of promo, where he pretty much says about, you know, basically if he could go home tomorrow and we get, you know, from 50,000 views, it's going to go down to 10,000 views. And to be fair to Vince, did we really get down to 10,000 views?
It was actually more like there were about 12, 18-ish beforehand.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was around the 30, maybe 20. I don't know. I'll have to check that out.
There are a few special ones, like the 2-day war they had with GCW that hit pretty big, but like average wise, they were like 12, 15, 18 around that area.
That's interesting. Well, if he did bring a lot more eyeballs to the show, 100%. I mean, everyone was talking about it once Vince did sign up with JCW. But anyway, he said he takes nothing away from the talent or people behind the scenes. And now we're at the crossroads and he had to make a decision. Russo said he added that Violent J and Big Vito will each pick 2 partners for a match. If Violent J's team wins, Russo sells his 1% ownership to Violent J, making them 50-50 owners. If Vito's team wins, Russo would sell his 1% and Jay would have to sell his 49% to Vito, making Russo and Vito owners. Russo said he needed an answer by next week. Wow. I mean, what's going to happen here, Brando?
I mean, I think we get the match. And of course, I'm pretty sure Vito's gonna pick in Mickie and PCO, and I'm guessing Violent J is probably gonna be picking. Ooh, that's something. What if we get a swerve and Violent J picks the Monster Corporation?
That's interesting. Actually, very interesting, as a matter of fact. But can you hear me, Brando?
Yeah.
You
went out there for a second.
Yeah, that was weird. But anyway, no, that's pretty intriguing, man. I'm just thinking, who could he possibly pick? As in Russo, like, really, like, I mean, obviously Conley would be one, right?
Conley and yep.
Who would be the second one, though? Wait a minute, could we possibly get what's it called? Oh my god, why did I Big L?
Nah, she's involved in her own thing.
Oh, true. That's a good point. But I'm only saying that because I know with Mickie Knuckles, she's a chick and shit. But like, I mean, she's gonna brawl with guys the whole time, I guess.
I mean, unless they're building up more of the women's roster, because right now, looking just Jay, in a one-on-one, Jay Rod's really the only person that's believable. It'd be believable. Maybe Haley J, because she's got that ruggedness to her.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. That is very interesting. We'll see where we go anyway in the future. I'm assuming that will obviously happen at Stranglemania. But I'm pretty intrigued. But if you had to give a rating for this show, Brando, what would you give it out of 5 face slaps?
I give it a 4.5.
Yeah, I'd give it about a 4 too. Oh, maybe not 4, because last week I really felt last week's show was the best, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like, that was my favorite show of like all of the JCW shows, and it was I don't know. It was pretty intriguing, pretty exciting. And this week we did get a lot of payoffs as well, man. So yeah, I'll definitely give it a 4. But I'm surprised like Sanoff didn't find the last 2 weeks shows that crash. But I don't know. I guess like everyone's got their opinions anyway, man. So I don't know, I'm pretty intrigued to see where we go in the future. But yeah, man, I totally enjoyed the show. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on, Brando, before we go?
Nah, I think that is it.
That is it. We pretty much, yeah. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, it's been a slow week, really, in wrestling, dude. Like when you really think about it. But yeah,
not a whole lot happening in wrestling, unfortunately. Well, unless we get a tragedy like with Dennis Condrey.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's obviously the bad news for the week, obviously. But as far as actual news, it hasn't been that. It's been pretty quiet across all fronts. I haven't seen anything in particular that really stands out. But what about? Well, we'll talk about this on the wreckage. But did you watch Revolution at all? I'm sure you did because you would have done a watch along.
I made it to the Bandito Andrade match, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I got tapped out. It was that bad. I mean, you open the show, and it starts off with a tag match. Two guys get in color. You get a package pile driver on the apron that gets no sold later.
Interesting. You know, I haven't watched it yet, and I'm planning on watching it today, basically. And then I don't know what I'm doing to myself, but basically I have to watch that, then watch Dynamite and Collision. So wish me luck because
best of luck. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. Did you see the spot with Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd on Dynamite, or any of the clips on? Dude,
no, why? Just say it anyway. Tell me.
They had a casket match, but they open it with like something in the parking lot where they're brawling, and Darby uses ether to knock out Gabe Kidd, throws him in the trunk of a car, and then drives it, and they flip it. So then, they actually flipped the car. Of course, it's shot and cut to where they weren't in there, but when it flipped, and they get out, and they no sell it. I mean, like they obviously register it, but it's completely no sold. No sold. Like they just go out there and have a match after crashing a car with one guy in the trunk. Or flipping a car, I should say.
God damn it, man. And you know what's even more sad before we go? The fact that all the sickos love this shit, bro.
It's crazy. It is. I never would have thought. No selling a car. No selling flipping a car.
Wow. So I have to put up with that shit right now, basically. Is that what you're telling me? So I'm not even going to watch the train wreck called Revolution, but now you're telling me there's more of a train wreck on Dynamite?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Damn, dude. Well, yeah. What do you do, man? Now I'm bitterly disappointed. Oh, well, like I said, man, I can't wait till the vet actually talks about this. I'm sure he'll be in a great mood. And speaking of the vet, what's up?
Oh, he's going to have a great rant for that. I'm sure he's going to have a great rant for that one.
Oh, dude, me and him played Street Fighter Hyper, like anniversary edition 2 days ago. Yesterday, actually, pretty much. Oh, man, I'm still going to brag about it, but yeah, he beat me. To be fair, it was pretty late for me. I was playing till 5 a.m. I was half asleep. I was falling asleep, dude. Straight up. And he was complaining about there was no lag per se, but there was lag on his end, but no lag on my end. So I don't know, man. Pretty weird. But nevertheless, he still beat me. The prick. But still. Like, bro, what do you mean you're gonna check up on me later? I'm afraid for your mental health.
That much AEW is like that's like an overdose. Like they legit might find you sitting in your chair like this.
Oh, don't jinx me, man. Actually check up on me, dude, just in case. But if you do want to check up on me, you can join me for that wreckage with myself, the vet, and the professor as we talk all things AEW, which will be literally a wreckage tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. right here on Hammy Media Group's YouTube channel. But yeah, man, that's just, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And was it 5.5 hours? Of course it was.
What's up?
Wasn't it 5.5 hours as well?
Yep.
Oof.
AEW knows no chill when it comes to that.
El Juggalo says, I got word that JCW will be live streaming tomorrow night.
Nice.
What show is that? Do you know at all, Brandon?
I think they're doing Lunacy tapings this weekend because Russo just went out with them because he was posting how he was out on the road again.
But if they're live streaming though tomorrow, live streaming this show, Panic Zone at the Greywall Hall in Lansing, sorry. You know what, Brandon? Maybe we need to cover that show.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll get back to that.
Because I think that's, if I correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember hearing that's their house show.
I have no clue, man. This is news to me. So, and it's going to be on their YouTube channel, El Juggalo. Just quietly, just out of curiosity, I want to know. And look, me and Brandon will discuss it. If we've got nothing going on, we possibly could do it, and you'll know about it anyway. It could be a bonus insanity. We'll see.
Or we can fold it into the next week's.
Or we can do that, right? But I guess that's what we're doing with the wreckage with Revolution, even though it's a week later. It kind of bothers me when it's a week later, but at the same time, who cares, right? I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. People will be cool about it. But he also says that's not really a house show. The other two shows are Lunacy tapings. Yeah, but are they going to be shown also tomorrow? Because I doubt those Lunacy tapings are, obviously. Right? So, yeah, Hammer, what's going on? Thank you for joining us, man, right at the end. Yeah, whoop, whoop. Anyway, in saying that, Brando, tell them what you're up to, what you're doing, and what's going on with you, man.
What we got going on later tonight, in about an hour from now, we're going to pick back up right here on the Hami Media Group YouTube channel. So we're doing the AAA Ray Day Reyes watch along, which for some reason is starting an hour later. Last couple weeks, I don't know why. Yeah, again.
That's odd.
And then tomorrow night we got HMG After Dark doing a watch along of the movie Jaws. And Monday we got the Monday Locker Room, the Raw watch along, the Impact Attack. Tuesday the Late Start NXT watch along. And then Wednesday the AEW Dynamite watch along and Bell Count. And then Thursday the JCW Lunacy and TNA watch alongs, along with SmackDown watch along on Friday.
Oh, nice. As far as I go, as I said, check out that wreckage tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on this very same channel. Of course, on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, join us this week in WWE, where me and R to the B to the V talk all things WWE. Look out for that, 3 p.m. Tuesdays, again, right here on Hami Media Group's YouTube channel. And of course, Insanity next Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this very channel, where we talk again all things JCW. And also go check out this past week's NXT next level wrestling review, where I filled in for Big Ray Hernandez. I joined the vet to talk NXT. That was a great show, of course. It was like basically paying homage to Booker T, and they were live in Houston, so that was pretty cool. But in saying that, Brando, let's call it a night. I am Jimmy T. He is Whoop Whoop Brandon, and you've been listening and watching your JCW Lunacy review show, Insanity, right here on Hami Media Group's YouTube channel and on the Patreon after the fact. Till next time, thank you to everyone that's joined us, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
Before we go, I got one last thing.
Oh,
I messed up. I said Jaws. I meant Alien. My bad. For HMG After Dark tomorrow.
Alien, not Jaws, by the way. Not Shark.
My bad.
It's not Shark Week. It's Alien Week with Brando. Anyway, peace out. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Whoop, whoop.